Ooh, I'm gonna mute Connor real quick. Hello, everyone. We are here. We're hanging out. We are playing y'all. I have muted Connor real quick, so when Connor gets back, can y'all let me know? Thank you. But we are here. We're running Suits. We are back with a good old session 2, episode 2, whatever you want to call it. But I'm here with my lovely friends. We're gonna go through some quick introductions, then we'll get right to it. This game isn't really super about promotional shit. This is mostly about just having a fun time with friends. So that is why we're here today. Let me real quick fix the camera so that everything's in the right place. There we go. But yeah, we'll go down. Normally I go down on the Discord call, but I like to, when we're in game, go across on the screen. So we're gonna start off with Ray. Do you want anything you want to say to introduce yourself?
Howdy, I am Ray, also known as Key Ink or Calligraphy Ink on various platforms. I am playing Aurora, or Lucky Aurora.
And Aqua.
I'm Aqua, also occasionally known as Aqua Sylph. I am a person, supposedly. More often than not, lurking around with the woodland critters. You can find me online at Aqua Sylph on Blue Sky. Still technically on Instagram, but yeah. And I'm here with these lovely people.
I think I technically still have a Twitter, but like Citric, it's just defunct. So no shame.
Yeah, no.
Next across the screen, we have my good friend Ross. Ross, we need to get you social media.
No, I am Ross, and I am just a guy. Yes, that is correct, Connor. No, I do not. Social media bad.
Connor back. I will unmute Connor. Hello, Connor.
But, I'm just Ross. I'm here to enjoy D&D with my friends. Or not D&D, but just role-playing games in general, should I say.
You know what? We can make it D&D if we really want, but today we're playing Masks.
Yes, Mask.
It's a fun system where we've been slowly getting used to it, adjusting it to our purposes, and I'm thankful you're here. Next, I have a good friend, Gaius Ghostpaws.
Hello, I am Gaius Ghostpaws, and you'll find me as such basically anywhere where I exist. I am today playing Wave. Smile.
Yay. And lastly, and certainly not leastly, our good friend, Connor McKinley.
I'm Distortion Devil, and I'll be playing Wink, aka Noah Butler.
And I'm very thankful for all of you being here. I am amusing Thalia. You have found me somewhere, somehow. I do stuff. If you like this, you might like more of it. Go check it out if you want. Or not. I'm not a pig. But welcome to the game. Welcome to my players, more so than anyone listening in, though I'm thankful to anyone listening in. I will fix that really quickly. Actually, have Connor up pretty high. Alrighty. And in that case, getting us started. Last time where we left off, to give a quick recap, we had finished with a brief encounter. 2 villains arrived on the scene of a memorial to a hero that our hero team were mourning. Disturbing the peace and otherwise committing a great act of tragedy, party leaped into action and in various ways, either by incapacitating the villain, guiding the civilians, or protecting them from the dangers of the situation, our heroes came out swinging, and our heroes acted in accordance with the name that I have just given, Hero. After going their various ways, and a brief conversation between a couple of the party members, specifically Mr. Fixit, Wave, and Wink. Several of our party members have made their way to the S.U.I.T.S housing to settle into their new digs and to, I guess, establish themselves perhaps a little bit between each other before having a meeting tomorrow at the S.U.I.T.S HQ. But before we get to that, we are very quickly going to go a little bit south to a apartment complex overlooking a water feature, a man-made lake, where two of our heroes who met briefly in the last circumstance, the last tense fight, to have a chance to meet on a bit more calm circumstances. This being our Aurora, aka Lucky Aurora, and my good friend Aqua, also playing Cosmic Rain, or Rain. I'm gonna just drop it to you two. Ray, how do you go about getting there? And then subsequently, Aqua, what is it like actually getting to the alien ship that is currently parked in the bottom of this lake? You've described it as kind of a made of water and having a sort of bubble-like appearance looking down under the water. And we'd given some loose descriptions about how to get there, but I want the two of you to kind of talk it out, what it looks like finding this place, what the process for getting in is like, and then go ahead and start the interaction. I leave it to you two.
Aurora? Is that you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aurora. Is it? Are we going? Are we hopping right in? What is it? I kind of want to know what it looks like getting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, at the lake itself, like I'm at the top, just kind of like feeding the ducks and just kind of chilling and enjoying the sunshine.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you're not like in the ship right now. So like as you approach the lake top, Aurora, Rain would be out already. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
So-
it just looks like I'm just kind of chilling at the lakeside.
Chilling, feeding the ducks. Awesome.
Hello. Nice to meet you again.
Really nice today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to feed the ducks?
Sure. So, I also have an invitation for you as well, and I wanted to just chat with you about the other day.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Here, take a seat. I dust off like a rock.
Just a rock, not even like a bench or anything. Just a rock.
Nah, the rocks are nice.
Perfect.
Let's see.
There's some lovely moss.
Lovely moss. I'm trying to debate on if Aurora is appearing as Aurora or Lucky Aurora.
Oh, true. Yeah.
True. I think specifically, and I think this like would make sense and is like kind of narratively interesting. I think specifically our Rain is able to recognize you from like various from like alien tech or in some way. So like even if you weren't, I do think it would be funny that they would be like, "Oh, hi."
Mm-hmm.
But entirely up to you, of course.
Oh yeah, no, it's just debating on like if the rock would be pointless or not, depending.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Whether or not
yeah,
you have the wheelchair. Got it.
Yeah, because if I look at you, I see the wheelchair, I'd be like, oh, well, here. You dust off the space in front of the rock.
It's okay. Like they do have some functionality in their legs. It's just that they cannot go. It's very weak, and they usually use like.
Yeah, no, that's
like
pretty
other
pretty
crutches
common.
and such. Yeah. To just come a little bit closer and not have to have the wheelchair completely block or take up too much just in the way of just trying to make everything comfortable for Rain. It's like, and their crutches and stuff are very bedazzled and pink and just completely decked out with stickers and all kinds of cute stuff. And just come over and take a seat.
So what can I do you for today?
Well, I just wanted to thank you for the other day, where like you helped with everything that was happening, all the chaos and stuff like that, and I just wanted to check in and see if you're doing all right, and kind of wanted to ask if you wanted to join us at the hero station.
Oh, what does that entail?
Let's see. And they go through I think it's like a sky baby blue, like, pouch of some sort that's like just completely just, again, like everything is very cutesy and has been customized to their own preferredness with beads and like of various colors and all kinds of stuff, and they just go through that purse and pull out an envelope. I believe that was a message that was given to Aurora to give as an invitation.
I just kind of
Yes.
look at the invitation and tentatively take it out of your hands and are there going to be any tests? I have this really like disgusted look on my face as I say that too.
Any what?
Any tests?
I actually don't know. I don't think so. Typically they kind of evaluate from just like experiences that are out in the field, like what happened yesterday.
Oh, okay, so a performance review.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. I slide open using my finger along the side of the envelope to open it up and pull out the invitation inside to read it.
It is very formal, so it's a lot of that sort of HR speak of like, we cordially invite you to do yada yada yada. But the breakdown for it, the TLDR for it, is that you have been invited to an orientation meeting tomorrow, where you will be it ostensibly outlines a invitation to a superhero team, and the orientation being tomorrow to meet with them.
Oh. Kind of turn the paper around 180 degrees. Look at it again. Okay, that sounds interesting. Will there be snacks, do you think?
I don't know if there'll be snacks, but I usually just bring some of my own anyway.
Okay. Do you think I can bring my plants?
I think you can.
Kind of make me feel better. I'll just bring one.
Okay.
I'm just
We'll
imagining
probably
you
bring
walking into the office like carrying a ficus.
I don't think they would stop you if it's like a support plant.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, they're pretty supportive, I'd say. Here, do you want some blueberries? I just want to like hand you some blueberries to feed the ducks anyway.
Amazing. And feeding them the proper snack. I appreciate it. Don't give birds bread, people.
Yeah, no. They told me it makes them fart a lot. I'm like, no.
But you, the two of you kind of finish your conversation. Is there anything more? This is where something I will be trying to do more is, do you two want to continue the scene, want to move on from the scene, or want an interruption to the scene?
Aurora kind of does want to make sure that, like, well, actually, yeah, Aurora wants to ask Rain about how they got to know the person that passed. Like, what is their association?
Oh
with them?
yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh. Kind of sit quietly for a moment, trying to gather my thoughts and my language. It was some time ago. I came here to sort of get a lay of the land and, do some initial surveying of the animals and the fauna, the flora and stuff. And there were some very unfriendly people that were shooting at me.
Oh
I
no.
think they might have been part of your government.
Probably. They don't really like.
I would say
Different.
you would know it is more likely to be one of the state governments than it is to be one of the Commonwealth government. The state
Gotcha.
governments tend to be the state governments are state, like, in large quotations, because there are just like a few territories left in the United States where there's still like fighting going on, people holding out over capitalism. They're Virginia, just south of where you all are, is one of them, and that seems like one of the likely places where you would have landed is like near the Virginia coast and that kind of thing. So you would know, Aurora, that it was more than likely one of the state governments, and governments in like large quotations. They're loosely organized. They're, despite, purporting to be more law and, more governance, etc., it is kind of anarchic because the laws vary between them, and they are a lot more militant and violent. They ended up with a lot of the like military equipment from the old United States, and they tend to still maintain a lot of the behavior and attitude from the old United States.
Right. I don't think it was exactly like here, but yeah, that can happen, and I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Is that how you met him?
Well, I got shot down, and things were looking not really that pretty, let's just say. I'm trying to be as cautious about giving too many details, mostly because I also don't want to cause Aurora any undue pain from hearing things.
This is also actually a move that Aurora is unintentionally currently doing. That's my job, is to point out when characters do moves without even realizing it. What you are doing right now, Aurora, is comforting and supporting. So I would like you to roll mundane.
Aha! But with my special ability, my passive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I roll with superior.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
What is that move called?
It is called Take It From Me.
Take It From Me.
When you comfort or support someone who openly admires your celebrity persona, roll superior.
Yeah, I would say that applies here. It isn't necessarily openly admiring, but I definitely feel like because the two of you are admiring the same hero, it makes a lot of sense here. A full hit on a 10 plus. You also on a 10 plus. So two things really quickly happen. That reminds me. Is the team pools. We kind of went over them last time. They're an important mechanic in this game. What we are Pristine suits at the beginning of the session, you get one to the team pool, and then because you got a 10 plus on comforting and supporting, we automatically get another team added to the team pool. In addition, you can the person who you are comforting, so this is for you, Rain, is you get to do one of these three things. You can mark potential, you can clear a condition, or you can shift labels. But only if you open up and like actually talk about your feelings regarding Ricochet and the situation here.
Yeah. Probably like to deal with feeling afraid from the situation that we were in previously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But going back to Aurora, yeah, so it was really painful and really scary. And I was cornered, and out of nowhere, this fast moving humanoid came over and saved me from being pursued by them. And after a while, even though they caught up with us, he was able to talk them down, and he saved me. I was so afraid. I thought that they were going to take me away to one of their cells. I've seen some of the horrible things they've done to other creatures here, and I didn't know what was going to happen. But he took me in, and he helped me out, and I'd be forever grateful to him.
And Aurora kind of like, not sure, but like tries to give like a small hand on the shoulder or like on the back. Like if they like flinch away, then they'll retreat their hand, but
Yeah.
like trying to give a comforting, it's like gesture of sympathy.
Is it like just a touch, or is it like a pat?
It's like a touch. Not sure if a pat would be too much or not.
Okay.
Gentle hand on the back or shoulder kind of situation.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the meantime, I'm fairly solid, so at the most you might see like some ripples like go across my skin, kind of a thing. But I put my hand over you and pat you and go like, it was a long time ago, but I appreciate it.
Are you warm to the touch, or are you cold like water?
I'm cool. I'm cool like water.
Yeah. So your hand comes away like wet and cool.
Well, I'm glad that he helped you, and I'm glad that your experience is now better, despite what happened.
I laugh nervously. Yeah, I'm better. But how did you?
Are you okay?
I'm still a little shaken, I think, from everything that happened. It was all those people in trouble. It just was a lot going on all at once. But enough about me, though. How did you meet him?
Oh, well, something was happening. I was performing at one of my concerts, and well, something started to happen, and I met him while trying to protect people, and that was the day that happened.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably known about him before. Like, he was the premier hero for the area. Like, each jurisdiction that S.U.I.T.S has, they have a premier hero. That's kind of their headliner, or their famous hero, for lack of a better term. And so you probably knew about them, but you saw them in action during their last fight.
He was kind of a local hero. I knew about him. He didn't really know much about me, but sadly we officially met on his last day of action. So I tried my best to help where I could, and well, I'm not really the most glamorous hero, or at least the most powerful to do all that, but
Take Aurora's hand in mine, and I gently pat it. And then pat her head like I would an animal.
I think this turn around fair play. I think you're also comforting and supporting. So roll me plus mundane.
Okay.
Probably so good for you, the alien. Right? Yeah.
This is perfect. This track.
So this is perfect. So you still mark potential, Rain, because you miss the move, so you mark potential.
I've got so much potential.
Mm-hmm.
So full of potential.
I think so. The miss here is necessary. So the miss here is something I want to pass to Ray a little bit. What do you think? And so one of the moves that I am told to do, one of the moves that I am given as the GM, when there's a miss on a specific move of some kind, one of the things that I am to do is reference a character specific moves for the GM. One of them is draw attention to their differences for the outsider. And I think that one is absolutely appropriate here and very fitting. So I kind of want to pass this to you, Ray. What is the part about this interaction that highlights a difference between the two of you in such a way that causes a disconnection here, or potentially you not to necessarily be comforted? And Aqua, feel free to chime in if you can think of something as well, but I want to pass this to you too.
I think it's because there might be a little bit of like I guess it's like a version of survivor's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that many people can experience without, like, they can't empathize, they can only sympathize. And it's that disconnect of like, you can't really connect to what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Seeing a hero that I tried to help and I wasn't enough for that.
Yeah. So it's less even that Rain isn't connecting with you here. It's more that what you're going through is so hard to connect with that it just doesn't land.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Rain, you're the reason you mark potential is you're able to recognize that. And there's probably that moment of like heavy silence between you two for a minute.
Yeah, and so I just start petting her.
And yeah, that probably exacerbates the thing, or it's like, okay, all right, I'm being pet now, sort of. Which again probably doesn't help you, Aurora, because disabled people have to deal with infantilization a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's like they're trying, and like they recognize the trying, and it's probably even more so of like alien human relations. It's just like, okay, it's just like I'm not gonna get, like, they're not gonna get mad or anything, but it's just like it's just not gonna land. The comfort is just not gonna land at all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. How do you two think that this, because this is some, we were doing some, what is it referred to in this game as hard framing, where we actually have a scene that we have settled on and decided between us. It's a middle between hard and soft framing, because I was kind of asking you, but also throwing you into it. How do you two feel like these panels end? How do you two feel like this scene ends? Is it just kind of a quiet zoom out, or what do you think? Do either of you have a suggestion?
Well, I know if anything, like even if Rain like can't direct, like since she wasn't able to actually provide much comfort, she does recognize when something doesn't quite land. 'Cause she does still have a lot of empathy in general. So if she feels any discomfort, then she'll react to that. But it's not going to be like what she did before was successful. So she'll probably just kind of like say, well, we should probably be off then.
It's not till tomorrow.
And Aurora being somebody who is used to pivoting on
Yeah,
certain
makes a lot of sense.
situations like
Yeah.
this, they will try to recover the situation.
And just kind
As
of
like
move
just
on. Yeah.
yeah, they will not make their feelings focused on themselves for the time being and go,
Well, we can actually just like get to enjoy the rest of the evening. And oh, I should probably give you my address and my phone number if you want it. And there's this like really lovely boba place, like trying to sweep
Yep.
the
Move on quickly. Just kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
give a
I
good
think
distraction.
Yeah.
yeah, I think at that point like a zoom out because obviously
Yeah, it's like
we're
the two of you
distancing
talking, and
ourselves
there's that
from it.
kind of chatter. Yeah, and both of you are kind of distancing each other from the conversation. So there's the, oh no, we can go to this, and we're kind of like the sound is fading out as the camera is slowly zooming out over the two of you. I would like one of the two of you to, as I move on to the others, mark you can message each other however you want to do this, but to mark where this boba place is on the map because a boba place has now been introduced. And that will happen consistently in this game. Is if you mention a thing that isn't on the map already, you add it.
well, I thought that cafe place.
Oh yeah, it could be the Palace Cafe. Do you think that is the place that has boba? They have good boba there.
That's kind of why I picked the location that
Yeah, no, that makes
Aurora's
sense.
in. Yeah, because of
Yeah,
that
so
cafe
I think we
place.
see the two of you stand up and start moving towards there. That's two different heroes from various games that have connection to that cafe, and I love it. Yippee! So we kind of zoom out, and the camera starts panning over the city a little bit, back up towards the Suits housing, a well-made brick building that is insulated and looks comfortable, has like a lawn on the front bit, has a lot of the buildings here have like gardens on the top floor overlooking everything, but we begin to zoom in on one of the houses here and we get a very different energy sort of going. There is the sort of joy of putting a new place together and unpacking what stuff you have. And I'm gonna pass this to do we are Connor, are you here? Connor might still be doing dinner real quick. So I think we kind of zoom past kind of
I'm back, sorry.
Oh, no, all good. We pan down the building to one of the floors where Wink and Wink and Wave have just moved in together. You two have been assigned an apartment, and because it was kind of last minute and you were kind of going through some people, Mr. Fix-It, you were able to absolutely get them an apartment, but they only had one available at the time, and that is kind of where the sort of that is where this the living situation sort of comes together. And I would like the two of you to describe what it's like moving from your old place, maybe describe where you used to live, where you're living now, what things you're putting up, and I pass it to the two of you.
Well, there isn't much moving to be done for Noah. He has his duffel bag full of his entire world over his shoulder, and he just walks up and into the building, and he's sort of nervous. He's like looking around, trying to stay out of people's way. He goes to like the furthest end of the dormitory first of all, just to check to see if his room is like away from a majority of the people.
Mm-hmm. There is you are, so I think in that case there is you're on the top floor and there's still some renovations happening here, And one of the rooms on here, like, I would honestly say, because of your specifications and everything, it would make a lot of sense that, like, there are a couple floors on the top of this building that are still being fixed up, still being renovated. Rooms are still being made. So there's a floor below you where no one is, and then there's none of the other rooms on this floor are currently furnished or fixed fully. And so I like the idea that the apartment that you two move into, even though it's like a brand new apartment for the two of you, like there's still some drywall that hasn't been put in, and the insulation is bare and everything because it's still being put together. But it was for the specifications you wanted, a little bit away from people. So that as the two of you move in, so you do kind of like, you see some people and there's maybe that nervousness as you're going up to the apartment, but you pass by a couple floors where no one is. There, as you're kind of walking up through the apartment, there is like a dad holding the hands of a couple girls who just kind of gives you a smile and a little bit of a nod. They have the mask on, and the two little girls do too, which is not an uncommon thing for heroes when they're out, especially like near the S.U.I.T.S residential area, to like also mask the kids and everything. It's almost like a little bit of like, oh yeah, the kids get to play superheroes, but also, you know, protect their identities a little bit before heading to school and everything. So you see this like dad and two kids kind of nod at you, walk down the hallway as you make your way up to the apartment.
He just gives a shallow nod and then just goes about his business.
Mm-hmm. And you said you had everything you were carrying in your duffel bag. Where were you living before?
He wasn't. He was living under bridges, away, like in parks and in woods.
Yeah, specifically because you didn't want to like hurt people. Yeah.
Yeah, he would find like spots out in like the woods, way away from everybody else, anybody who could possibly be coming along. And he would just sleep out there, you know, like under bridges and stuff. Well, not even under bridges, because there would be cars passing overhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he lives like way out of civilization.
Yeah, you probably had like a tent and everything, and you were set up, and probably the nerves of being around people is kicking in. What do y'all think is what is your main method of communication? Do you have like a pager, or do you have a cell phone? Would you be a letter kind of person?
I mean, he's got a cell phone. He doesn't shy away from technology.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not like he was not forced to live like this. This is a
choice
like
situation, yeah.
Self-imposed isolation. So, you know, he's got money and he's got, you know, connections and technology and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He just lives far off the grid.
So you're kind of coming into an apartment, and I imagine because you kind of had to go off pretty far to grab your stuff, like where you were camping out, like your camping and tenting equipment, we see you coming into the apartment where Wave probably has already been set up, because it was a real direct shot. You just like went down to where you were staying in the wash, grabbed your stuff, and have brought it up to the S.U.I.T.S housing. So Wave, you would have been here first, setting up the apartment. What does it look like?
Wave literally has brought 2 boxes of stuff, so there's just a couple of boxes scattered haphazardly in the entranceway, and an old sofa that is threadbare that somehow isn't up here now. They're reclining on it with the hood pulled all the way up over their head, and you can just see the light of their phone peeking out from underneath, and they just lift the hood and look over at Wink, and they just kind of awkwardly stare for a minute, and then like get up and like it stands there and is like, do you need a hand? That's it. All I own is a couch and a couple boxes of stuff.
Perfect.
Besides that, whatever was provided, but given this is a very still under construction apartment, not much.
Yeah, it probably would have been like, there's probably a couple stools around a kitchen counter, and they've in like preparation for you two arriving, an oven has been like very hastily installed. There is a refrigerator, but it's not one of the full ones. It's one of like the little half like office refrigerators that you imagine someone just like grabbed from an office and put in here for you two.
Oh, in that case, I've put a bottle in there.
Hell yeah.
There's nothing in it. It's just I put the bottle in there.
Amazing. There's probably a couple mattresses, no bed frames or box springs or anything, but there are a couple mattresses in the 2 rooms. And as you make your way in and settle into a spot, Wink, or set your stuff down, there's a boop, 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 boop from your phone. This wouldn't be one that you would get as well, Wave. It would just be coming to you, Wink, Connor. Oh, Connor might have stepped up real quick.
He checks it.
Oh, yeah, you check it real quick. My bad. But you flip it open and there's a message from you, or for you, not from you. There's a message from S.U.I.T.S for you, and it is asking to set up a meeting with one of their head science officers at the Independent Research Institute to discuss potential equipment to augment your abilities. It kind of has like a little bit of a formal introduction. Is like, dear newest inductee into S.U.I.T.S, it has come to our attention, like we have been informed that your powers are somewhat have been reported to be somewhat unstable, and it wouldn't even like specifically call you unstable. It would be like have been decided that your powers are and then like in parentheses with like a bunch of slashes between them are unstable, uncontrollable, unequivocal, and like all of these various terms for like for potential negative monikers for potential superpowers. And it is asking you to set up a meeting to meet with a science officer about potential equipment to have.
Noah is pretty ecstatic at that, actually. He is like, yes, as soon as possible. Whatever works, as soon as possible.
There's not too long of a delay, and then not from the same number, not from the same email. That would have been an email that came through, and then not long after, you get a text from a different number, and it says, what would he say? Yeah, I think it would literally just say, I can take you in my office anytime this evening or early tomorrow morning. You can come by right now. And then it's signed Liftoff, which the hero Liftoff, I think you would know about them. They were relatively close and worked well with Ricochet. The hero Liftoff is relatively well known because they are technically part of the Paragon family. They were the first hero that Paragon took under their wing. They're lesser known in the Paragon family because the other Paragon members have become a lot more famous than them, whereas their powers are a little bit more mundane to compare to some of the other Paragon family members. One of the Paragon family members has like super strength and super speed and flight and everything, and is like really, really classic superhero type. Paragon himself is sort of a blonde blazer type with like energy powers and floating and like Superman style abilities. And then the last member besides Liftoff of the Paragon family is goes by the name Snow Angel, and is kind of like a hawk girl type, like magical armor, big wings, that sort of thing. But I think it makes sense, you would know Liftoff. Liftoff, their literal only ability is that they can levitate things. They can levitate themselves or something that they touch. And that they got around with flight because of a jetpack that they invented. And they're relatively well known for being kind of a hero augmenter. Their position in hero society started out as one as being a pretty big hero, but has become much more of a name in the support hero community. And you would probably know because they developed the shock pads for Ricochet's suit, which allowed them to bounce around the way that they did. So the message comes through, and it kind of leaves it up to you. It says anytime this evening or tomorrow morning, my office is open, and it gives you directions. It gives you like a office number and everything to the independent research facility.
He just said this evening works fine.
This evening works fine, and you kind of nod, and I think this is where I need to get used to this question. Do you two want a scene here? Want to vignette or want to move on? Guys, okay, Wave. Do you want a scene here? Do you want to like describe what happens, or do you want to move on, or an interruption? Those are the options.
I'm genuinely good either way. I'm sort of seeing what Connor is looking at.
Yeah, I don't think we need to linger on this. I think we need to move on.
Yeah. I think you kind of look over, you see them get the email, you hang out in the apartment for a little bit, and we zoom out and down to where Mr. Fix-It. Have you just like parked your Winnebago outside the suit's housing, or have you gone somewhere else? Yeah, you're in the parking lot.
I'm just in the parking lot.
You're in the parking lot. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
You also, I think it's almost like there's a of the text messages to back and forth to Wink, and then as the back and forth to Wink goes, we see Wink shoot out the "tonight's fine," close the phone, and then there's a and you open your phone, and it's
old Razor flip phone.
Old Razor flip phone, amazing. So we get that sort of like old Razor flip phone energy, is that the light kind of illuminates you, and it's not from Wink. That is, the panel transition of like message being sent out, different phone being opened. It is a message from your son saying that there is some stuff from Ricochet's apartment he wants you to come pick up.
Getting out of bed, looking at his phone. Oh shit! And he'll put on his best shirt and just climb over into the driver's seat and start heading over to did he say it was at Ricochet's house specifically, or did
it would have been they are at Ricochet's place and they want you to come pick some stuff up. Where would Ricochet live? So this was your kid, so you tell me.
Where would he live? Probably close to the community event center.
Makes a lot of sense. The residential housing is like, well, the Suits housing is specifically for Suits employees. It is often reserved for Suits employees who not want, for very specific purposes. Some of them want to keep their identity hidden. Some of them, various reasons. That doesn't necessarily mean that the residential areas aren't for other heroes. Like, plenty of heroes live in the residential areas. So you drive across town, probably pass by Susan's Diner, which was probably one of Ricochet's favorite places. You've probably met and had food there with them quite a few times. So there's that kind of long, almost you see the reflection of you and him having dinner in the diner late at night after, doing some hero work. That sort of shawarma scene style as you kind of pass by and pull into the house or apartment building, because they're both relatively popular and numerous. Where would he live, in a house or an apartment?
I think he would honestly just live in an apartment because it was more for just sleeping in because he would be on the hero duty all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just like a clocking out thing, crashing, and then waking up. It's like, all right, time to go back on it.
Yeah, you make your way to because of, of Ricochet's powers, they could very easily get to the top. So you make your way to the, not penthouse, but top floor apartment, where you see the door is currently cracked open, and there is light kind of streaming out, and there's the sort of shuffling and shifting of equipment inside, or just stuff inside.
Yeah, I think assuming it's just Robert, Fix-It walks on in.
Yeah, you walk on in, and there's that, like, I think a brief moment of like, oh god, is it just Robert, as you're opening the door and you hear a little bit of a crash, and you're like, oh fuck, and you kind of open with a little bit of a rush, and you just see your son Robert drinking from a bottle and kind of just looks at you, and it seems as though that they tried to pour themselves another glass and like missed, either like putting the glass on the counter, or otherwise maybe bumped it or something, and there's a shattered cup on the floor. They weren't even like pouring it in a wine glass, it was just a cup, and they're holding a bottle of white wine.
Oh, Robert, come on, bud. Because like he's gonna try to gesture towards the chair.
I'm fine.
No. Hey, you want to drink?
Dad, don't.
What?
Don't.
What?
Don't try to hero me. Don't try to baby me.
I'm not. You're my son. I'm just trying to give you a hand. Because you look, there's glass on the floor, and
I can get it.
I'll
get the broom. I can.
Here, you get the broom and I'll get the dustpan. How about that?
There's a box of stuff in the bedroom. Can you just take it out of here? I'm cleaning this place up.
You're right. Cleaning it up. Yeah, is there any is this the first wine glass, or is there other wine
there's
glass?
no other broken wine glasses, but you look over and it seems like he's been clearing out your grandson's liquor cabinet. So there's like an empty bottle of red wine, as well as a bottle of whiskey that isn't empty, but it very clearly there's like a line where it was before. Probably because your grandson didn't drink very often. They were mostly here as like guest kind of thing. So there's a line where it was, and then there's a line where it is now, and they're not the same. And there's also I'm gonna have you, so this is a move that is not just used for heroes. It's a move that's used for anyone, because everyone wears a mask, whether or not you're a suit. So roll me pierce the mask. Plus mundane.
Oh no. Oh, 9.
9. That's a hit. In that case, on a hit, you get to ask me one of 3. Ask not one of 3. Ask one question. What are they really planning? What do they want me to do? What do they intend to do? So, like, what do you, quote unquote, what are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank, or how can I gain influence over you?
What is it they really want me to do?
Yeah. What do they actually want you to do here? That's a good question. I think you can tell that what they actually want, what they are looking for here, is, how do I put this? They want comfort of some kind. I think there's no other clearer way to put it, is that they specifically want that's, you know, they might not be expressing it verbally. They might not be telling you outright, hey, I want comfort, or hey, I want blank, etc. That they are, you know, they're hiding
They don't know
it for
what they
very,
want.
yeah,
They want
exactly.
to be comforted, but they don't know
want
what they want.
exactly. They want to be comforted in some way, but they they don't even really realize it, and two, they would never ask you to do it, right? There's almost like a resentment there that they are refraining from going that next step and asking for help.
I think Fix-It is gonna go saunter over to the room where Robert said there was stuff for him there. Is it like a box of things?
There is a box of things, yeah, and it's a lot. You notice it's all hero paraphernalia, so it's various heroes that your grandson looked up to. There's a like cracked 1960s construction helmet that was like the one that you wore when you were younger, fighting like during the actual fall. There's a replica mask of one of the Paragon family. There's a cool set. There's like an action hero of another one of the Paragon family, like the one that has wings, Snow Angel. There's various other. There's a few books, probably some comics. There is and it's been taken out of probably the box that it was left in, and has been unceremoniously shoved back into this box. There is a box, or there are the clothes that Ricochet wore when they were doing vigilante hero work, when they actually, prior to becoming a suits hero, did work against your son's wishes, and like went out into the wash to do hero work.
And Bobbert's gonna pick up the box.
There's one last thing. One last thing you find is it's rolled up, and it's a poster of some kind. And as you unroll it, it's actually a signed poster of the singer Aurora, like signature and everything on it.
I don't know who that is. And it's gonna roll it back up. Doesn't know the singer, knows the person, doesn't know the
I think
singer.
there's almost like a, oh, they look kind of familiar, rolls it up.
Yeah, I think I remember who that is. I think I don't know. He's gonna roll it back up. It's also gonna take the time while hearing his son try to clean up the mess. Is gonna refold up the vigilante costume and put it back nicely in the box. And it's just going to pick up the full box, saunter back to the living room, where I assume Robert's close to finishing up the
they're pouring it into the trash can right now and kind of tapping off the dustbin. Just
Robert's just gonna pick up the whiskey that Robert clearly took a swig of, did not like, and went to the other wines. And is just gonna plop on the couch with the box in his lap, and just pat the couch and take a big old swig.
I'm gonna have you roll comfort or support.
All right. Let me see. Do I have any move? No, I don't have any of that.
Yeah.
I'm bad at this. You're bad at this,
yeah. So you're gonna mark potential.
Yep.
And here's what happens is there's a bunch of things I can do here, but for danger then yeah, I don't think I want to use a playbook move on you right here. So I think I'm going to use the move bring an NPC to rash decisions or harsh conclusions. So they will, once again, you've heard this from them before. It still probably stings every time. As they're not looking at you, they're tapping the dustbin out. You let out a breath. You know he's dead because of you, right?
Robert, you know just as well as I do that boys make their own decisions. I didn't choose for him to be a hero. I just supported him just like I supported you.
That's exactly it. You supported him doing something that got him killed.
I don't know
If you're
if
gonna
you
stay
noticed,
here
Robert.
and sit on the couch and drink, I'll make my way out.
You literally you just went through 2 bottles.
And I lost a son.
And I lost a grandson, and I don't want to lose another son to something stupid.
I think it's a little too late. If you're not gonna leave, I will. And he begins to make his way towards the door.
I think with a 3 just being as bad as it is,
Mm-hmm.
the entire conversation they just had with each other, they weren't looking at each other. Bobbert was facing towards a turned off TV. Robert was looking at a trash can, and then storms off, slams the door, and then Bobbert just takes another big old swig and starts going through the box.
I think we see him as he's making his way out the door, just like tears lining the face before the door slams behind him. You begin making your way through the box. Are there any ideas that you have of things you'd find in there?
I think there was a couple things that I wanted to do, and I'm just gonna because the way that I find that they didn't happen because it's the way the roles worked out.
Yeah.
But it's Bobbert just going through, looking at the helmet, and on the inside the helmet, there's like best dad ever written in there in like really bad permanent marker for Bobbert when he was little.
Yeah.
And he was gonna go off that, and then he just remembers like how Robert, when he was younger, had a crush on, I think it was, you said Silverwing,
Snow Angel. Snow Angel. Silverwing's a really good name. I'll keep that in mind.
Honestly thought you described him as Silver Wings. That's why I remember that. But like, yes, Snow Angel. And then just was gonna reminisce about the good times when all 3 of them, even though Robert didn't like being a hero, loved seeing his son be as happy as he was helping people, and was gonna try to spark conversation like that. And just instead he's just reminiscing what could have happened and takes another swig.
Yeah. You kind of rub a finger or a thumb over the permanent marker, and I think there's just the smallest smudge that happens when you do. And as you take another swig, I think we see the alcohol like pouring and like kind of draining, and that transitions to, unless is there any more you want to do with this scene?
Nope.
That transitions to some liquid in a beaker of some kind, pouring into an alembic or pouring into a centrifugal cylinder and starting to spin around as a science lab opens up. And I'm going to really quickly take a break, and as I got to go restroom, my body hates me, but when we get back, we're gonna pick up with the Connor science scene. So get ready, Wink. We'll be right back.
Also be right back. And Beck.
Pizza had
Welcome
just
back.
finished too, so good timing.
I'm here. I'm back, and I am no longer cooking.
Hooray.
No, yeah. Yes, I just not really used to being called my hero name. No, it's fine. It's just it's something that's going to take a little bit of getting used to, I suppose. Well, you said you had something that could augment my powers. When you say augment, what do you mean by that exactly? Oh, sure.
I forgot to unmute. But there, y'all can hear me. Thank you, Vaughn. As you walk in, the hero kind of looks at you, and I'm gonna really quickly describe them once again because I muted. The kind of tanner skin, dark brown hair, dark eyes, with a kind of simple mask on in a lab coat, will gesture at Wink to kind of enter the room and sit down at a chair across from the table. So I'd like you to describe your powers for me, or what it is that you'd like us to work on. I can do various things. I've limited heroes' powers before. I've helped augment them. I've helped account for them sometimes. So you may be familiar with me. I can just make things levitate. So I would make myself levitate, and I built a propulsion device in order to move around swifter. I was trained by a flight hero, so I had to learn how to fly. So there are a lot of things that we can do, but it kind of depends on you. You're recommended by Mr. Fix-It. Good reputation hero, but not a lot of accolades. So it really is, I don't have a lot of information on you.
Well, I think my powers specifically are kind of... Perhaps I should just say what they are. When I fall asleep, so does everything around me. And it's not something that can be resisted. No matter how strong you are, or no matter what your powers are, it just, something takes you and makes you sleep. And I haven't been able to control it. I've been terrified of my neighbors cooking or doing something important and then falling asleep whenever I feel like coming home and taking a nap. So I've been living off grid for a long time, and if there's something you can give me to help me control my ability, whether it turns on or off or who it affects, anything like that would be perfect.
Question. This is a very, I will say this is a very unique ability. I've only come across a couple abilities with even remotely similar effects. And I have to say it's I can understand why you're worried, what your concerns are, but I do think we can likely come up with something to help you. The most important question for the direction we take this, you said no matter how strong you are, no matter how powerful you are, or what your powers are, you pass out, which I fully believe you. I'm not questioning you. What I want to know though is, have you ever noticed people be more resistant to it than others? I believe that it is unequivocal that it hits no matter how powerful they are. But are sometimes people able to last a little bit longer? Or have you noticed the range change in any way? Have you noticed any, for example, is there if you are underground, does the range in which it happens shorten than if you were in open air? Have you noticed anything like that?
Here's the only things I know for sure about my powers. If you're around me, it doesn't matter if you're through concrete or if you're through metal, past a building, past a wall, I don't even need to see the people. They fall asleep. Secondly, I always wake up first. That's the one constant across every time I've fallen asleep, and it's affected other people. I am the first one to wake up. Third, it only affects beings that need sleep to function.
Interesting.
And that's all I know for sure.
That last one gives me hope. See, I will be perfectly frank with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I was concerned with a lot of what you were describing. It did feel like your power was unmitigatable, but that last one gives me hope. there are creatures who don't necessarily need to sleep. And if we can determine what exactly that difference is, we may be able to replicate it. But first of all, before anything else, I'm going to need to see these powers in action. And I will... Hold on. They type into the computer really quickly. Okay. It's a good thing we're doing this here at night. The lab below us and the lab above us are currently empty. We have about 5 minutes. People on this floor will be leaving as the day comes to a close. Some people work late, some people are night owls, that kind of thing. I've asked a couple of them to move to various other places, but I will need to see them here. I have a couple of theories that I will be testing with this initial test, but this initial test is just for readings, just for understanding, just for various measurements that we can possibly take. Now, this device, and they kind of swivel on their chair and gesture at the table with the machinery above it, was actually developed for a different hero who I'm supposed to meet tomorrow morning. They have a power. Their ability is that they are able to jump through time in a very unique way, and it has created a lot of various unique energy ratings around them that I've had to come up with various sensors. I've had to work with a few other various heroes in order to come up with, but I believe we may be able to get some understanding of what your abilities are by activating the sensors and having you perform the same thing. I'll be staying in the room with you just in case anything happens. I'd like to be here and present. Is there anything that wakes you up? Anything that we can set up that we can potentially use to awake you if that would in an emergency?
There's nothing that keeps me asleep once it happens.
Okay.
You can just jostle me or slap me or whatever it'll take to wake me up.
Interesting. Okay.
I guess that's another thing.
That is a good note. You see, he's like pulling out a notebook and just writing that down.
That's not 100% though. Like I don't sleep around people for a reason. So
No, I understand, but that is still, while we are coming up with a more long-term solution, something that I think that we can do is work on a midline solution. So there are heroes with sonic abilities. One of them I know is capable of producing a sound that hits a pitch that they're able to do various things with the pitches that they hit. One of which I know for a fact can wake people up. So one of the ideas I'm currently toying with is the ability to give you a timer with that sound on a frequency so that you can control the amount of time you're asleep.
Okay.
That is the first solution that we can come up with. But that will take some time to develop, unfortunately, and I would like to come up with something a little bit more, let's say, elegant than a fancy alarm clock. Kind of smiles.
All right. I mean, for me, it's just whatever works, but if you've got a solution in mind, I'm willing to hear it.
Well, what I just described, I would not consider a solution. A solution would be something that would allow you to have better control over your powers. That is a quality of life fix that allows you to use them more functionally, but it does not give you control over them. So that is what we are going to be focusing on. And hopefully by the time that we are done working together, you will feel confident in what you are able to do and how you're able to do it. But first things first, let's get you passed out on that table.
Okay.
And he'll rifle through one of his bags and he'll pull out some melatonin. He'll pop 2 or 3 pills and he'll hop onto the table and eventually his power will activate.
Mm-hmm. I am going to have you. So this is for the sake of arbitrating how this test goes. I would like you to unleash your powers. So roll plus freak.
Okay. I'm gonna freak it.
Freak it.
That's a 9. That's a hit.
That's a 9. That's a hit. So on a 9, assigned to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. So I'm gonna have you mark a condition. So it functions. You go to sleep. Everything functions as you would expect it to. They pass out. They wake up. There's some humming a little bit as they get up and everything. They seem to have set an alarm so that the two of you you wake up in like maybe 30 minutes to a slowly getting you up from this person's like desk alarm. What is the condition that you experience after this? Are you insecure? Are you angry? What's the feeling?
So just to reiterate, I'm waking up. Is the other person in the room also waking up, or were they awake before?
They are waking up. There seems to, works as you expect. They get up after you, and there seems to, there's no change or anything. They did tell you it was just a test.
And
if you think that like there would be something narrative to make this more interesting, for example, like maybe they, there's an alarm going off in the lab of some kind that kind of scared, like if you want to add a like narrative hook to this scene, absolutely go ahead. Yeah.
If there's like, if his power like radiated out and someone was supposed to do something important and if there is an alarm blaring and he's waking up to that, I think he would, that would make him pretty afraid.
Yeah. So mark afraid as a condition.
This is what he's spent years potentially out in the woods avoiding.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear alarm bells going off.
Oh yeah. So I think here's what happens. So like you wake up to and like red flashing lights, and then there's that sorry some buttons get pressed, and like you are absolutely still afraid. Like that condition is still marked, but the only alarm I had active was the one that I used for the lab. Sorry, I knew it would wake us up, but there's no emergency. No, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Sorry to scare you. Okay. All right. Well, that is good to know. I'm definitely going to need to do some tests with this. And I will say above board really quickly, that is a success. So narratively, what happens on a hit here, I think, the condition is still marked. That is the consequence of not a full success, but a 7 to 9. But I think narratively what happens here is there is some progress towards a solution. And I leave it to you, because it's your character, what you think this progress is. Do you think that they start to come up with like a discovery that sort of gives them an in on potentially coming up with a solution? Do you think it is just like, I think I can like absolutely create the fancy alarm clock for you? What do you think is the point of progress here on the success?
I think he does take solace in the fact that this person seems to have woken up not before, but like at the same time as him due to the alarm.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, okay, maybe there's something to this. And I think that, some progress made on the temporary solution would probably be, that would make him the happiest in this scenario.
They click a couple buttons and the alarm stops blaring. Let me check something really quickly. Okay, playback. And they're like tapping through a playback screen. Watching about a half hour of us just being passed out here. Okay. All right. Just so you know, there was about a 0.1 second differential, as far as I can see physically between when you and I got up. So, from what I'm able to determine, when you awake on your own, naturally, that is when the effect stops. And normally when you wake up, there's a process with your circadian rhythm being awoken that takes time to apply in others. However, when you are woken abruptly, it appears like it jumpstarts that effect, that process in other people. So I do feel like we can absolutely move in the direction of the fancy alarm clock, for lack of a better term. I will be coming up with a design, and I will. Your orientation meeting is tomorrow, which means you will have your first rollout tomorrow. Okay, good. I will have it for you before your first team assignment tomorrow afternoon. So before you and your team go out to whatever job that you're given, swing by the lab
already.
It's an orientation assignment, so yes, but it probably won't be anything major. Generally, when you're new, and it looks like everyone on your team, including your handler, is new, so all of you will probably be given basic orientation missions of some kind. It's generally recommended and pretty common practice for you to work in a team when you're just starting out in order to establish yourself and in order to better create a rapport and to kind of, have some checks and balances with the various team members. So it does look like you are scheduled for an assignment tomorrow. It's an orientation assignment. Sorry if I spoiled that for you. Sometimes they kind of keep it on the DL, but I'm not really one for hiding information from people.
That's all right. I don't really like surprises, so that works for me.
Works for me as well. But before your mission, swing by the lab, and I will have that solution for you. At least the temporary one. I'll call Sonic, and we'll figure out I'll get some recordings for their sound waves, and we can. I'll set that up for you. All right. And Wink, you said you're fine with it, but would you prefer me to use your name? Like, we're going to be working together a lot.
You can call me whatever you like, honestly.
Well, I'm going to be working with you on more of a professional level than a hero level. You can call me Max. And they stand up and they kind of hold out a hand to shake yours.
Noah Butler. And he shakes their hand as well.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And the two of you shake hands. Is there anything more you want to do with the scene? Do you want to move on? Do you want a vignette? Or do you want an interruption?
I think to round out the scene, I think after everything is said and done, he's still really drowsy, so he just beelines it back to his dorm room.
Mm-hmm. And this is perfect. I did want to really quickly come back to Wave. After a period of time, Wink makes their way out. They have an appointment, a meeting of some kind over at the independent research facility. What do you do? Are you just settling in? Do you take a walk around? What are you up to? You have quite some time.
So Wave has not lived in the city for a while, so they're actually going to spend time taking in their apartment. Not that there's much there.
Mm-hmm.
It hilariously, due to the unfinished nature, feels very similar to where they used to live, but in a good way, almost in a new way.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing they do is they're going to take off their jacket and carefully peel off all of those metal discs that are on their jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then they take that bottle they had in the fridge and they put the bottle, now cold, on the counter, and they pile up the discs around it. And there's visible steam coming off all of them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just sort of is there a balcony or a window?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Whichever you'd prefer.
So they go out to just stand on the little balcony, right? And they just kind of take in the sights that they haven't seen before. Staring out at the city, looking what's around immediately. They also take this chance to take their mask off, I guess, because they haven't taken it off in a little bit. So they take it off and they just kind of stare out at the city for a little while, right? But what's really going through their mind right now is they are incredibly frustrated, right?
Yeah.
They're incredibly frustrated over the events that had happened, more so that they couldn't do more to stop what they knew was someone who was playing at being magnitude, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. There's that frustration, maybe a few like flashes back to the scene.
Yeah. They keep thinking about how they should have been able to do better against someone like that. They should have been able to do more against someone like that. And just in a moment of frustration, they grip the balcony railing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they hear stone crack in the work around them and they have to let go. And they're just like, I can't do this here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm in the city now. I can't do this here. They have to remind themselves, right? And they just kind of take that minute to just stare out at the city. And then they take that, the only, like, those discs, and then the only thing they took from their parent was that vest that sort of controls it. And they sort of put that to the side too. And just let themselves not be a hero, or not a hero per se, but let themselves just not be their wave for a minute. And they just kind of stand there and just kind of take in the sights.
Mm-hmm. I think
feeling grounded in a way, you know?
Yeah. I think you slowly, eventually, you see the Winnebago make its way back to the... Because I assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume you're parking the Winnebago and you're sleeping in the parking lot in it for the Suits housing for you, Ross, aka Mr. Fix-It.
What was that? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just I was just asking if I was gonna say that Wave kind of sees the Winnebago pull back into the parking lot, but I wanted to double check that is where you would go back. Where you?
Oh yeah, because knowing that he has a meeting the next morning, he's like, well, I might as well park in the parking lot before I'm gonna have the meeting. It's most convenient.
You see the perfect, yeah. So we I think we kind of see Wave look out over the city, and you look down and you see the Winnebago that brought you here, that the person who vouched for you return and park in the parking lot.
Wave is going to grab their mask but leave the rest of it behind, put their mask back on, and make their way downstairs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there's a quick cut, barely even a cut. We see you go into the apartment and shut the door behind you. The camera turns and then just points down off the balcony and zooms in towards the car, the Winnebago, where shortly we kind of go in through the window and we see what is Mr. Fix-It doing when Wave arrives to show up at the Winnebago.
Probably a little more tipsy than he should be for driving.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drink and drive, kids.
Don't.
And is pulling in, just grumbling to himself, and there's some kind of classic rock station blaring in the background.
When there's the kind of metallic knock on the window.
Shit. It cranks down the windows. Hey kid, how's it going?
I'm very much not in uniform anymore. I'm now just kind of in a tank top and those same shredded jeans. And I just kind of
recognize the mask, yeah.
Yeah, I have the mask on, but like I look in the car and see what you're doing.
And you see like in the passenger seat, there's a box of a bunch of different stuff. It looks like almost junk, and then also in that same box is a mostly drank bottle of whiskey with just a bit left.
This is going to be very odd, but there's kind of just a little grumble from Wave, and then they pull is your door unlocked?
Yeah.
They pull the door open and they crawl over top and grab the whiskey bottle and chuck it away.
Oh, that was like a celebratory whiskey for when Ricochet first started being a hero. It starts to actually just bawl because fun thing about Bull's heart, only 2 people can have influence over the Bull in the mask module, at least that I was reading in, and I think I like the concept of, I don't like the love rival thing just because
we've talked about that. We've talked about
yeah. But I think having the soft side be with Wave and Index, and then the tough love be Wink or Noah.
Yeah.
And just having Wave just like do this act of like, no, you don't need to drink, and just a bunch of other stuff that he has no clues going on right now. Fix it just starts to ball.
Wave looks back, does that like visible face of oh fuck, I fucked up, but then like just sort of grabs at your arm and pulls and just says, you can't sleep out here like this.
What do you mean?
I
have a water bed. Gestures to the water bed in the back of the Winnebago.
I have a couch.
That thing's great for my back.
I have a couch. Grab that box. I have a couch.
I mean, I guess it's not the first time.
I think there's the grumbling, as you kind of unload and you begin to make your way out towards the apartment.
I'm a heavy sleeper, so
you got me a house. The least you can do is sleep in it.
I mean, I always have the choice to have a home. I just choose to sleep in the Winnebago. But no, I crash on the couch. It's fine.
There's no words after that. It's just like has just kind of grabbed your shirt sleeve and is tugging you.
I think it's like we've pretty decided it's a little vignette as the two of you like grab the stuff, and there's some like jostling back and forth. For Wink, you come into the apartment with Fix-It passed out on the couch, and where's Wave?
Wave is still awake, systematically cooling those metal plates just by one, sort of recooling them on the bottle. I've also at this point taken my mask off again. I'm no longer... I kind of can't grab it before you walk in, so I just kind of look at you and just kind of like awkwardly look back and forth and just go, hey.
There's the quick little exchange, and I'm going to, for the sake of time, have us, there's the kind of hey as the door shuts, and it flash cuts to the door opening the next day. And I would like, and I'm going to go across the line, each of you to describe how your character makes their way, in like either via powers or driving or whatever, how they make their way to the Suits HQ to meet at the meeting room. And we'll go across. Lucky Aurora, you're starting us off.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Lucky Aurora probably appears like in superhero like fashion in a way. Probably if there is any type of balcony or entrance that isn't too flashy but just allows them to just touch down and make their way inside, they will do it that way.
Oh, there's absolutely a like circular entrance on the roof of Suits HQ for flying heroes to just kind of descend into.
So yeah, that's the entrance that Lucky will take.
And we see you, and it's like the flashing of colors and like the ribbons of light flowing after you, the bright blues and pinks and oranges as you descend into, and it refracts and reflects, and you make your very, very colorful way into the Suits HQ. Rain.
Yes.
Unless there's anything else you want to add, Hannah.
Oh, no. Just like very, very rainbowy.
Yeah, very rainbowy. Rain.
Just very quietly fly to the headquarters, checking the.
What does flight look like for Rain?
So for Rain, it's nothing fancy. She's just basically levitating, and like she can, when she's flying, sort of like adjust her form a little bit so it sort of gets that mirror quality.
Yeah.
So she has like a little bit of, covert.
Is it like mystical flight, or is it like your alien tech?
It's a little bit of both, because it's like whatever she's made of is also like based off of her planet and the way that she's able to maintain.
Yeah, so you can like kind of control your density, sort of.
Exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense. There's almost like a control over your own physiology, so you can like almost propel yourself forward with the use of like conversion of weight and mass and that kind of thing. Yeah. So there's like a flowing, rippling look across as you fly through the sky. That's very cool. That's very pretty. Very aesthetic. I think you and Aurora kind of arrive at maybe even head there together, or similar timing where the two of you fly nearby each other.
If they did, then Rain also was reintroduced to just the cafe, because Aurora tends to come in also bringing like maybe some drinks.
Oh, I love the idea of Aurora, like the Aurora and Rain arriving with like drinks for everyone, not even knowing everyone's just like a whole variety, just like I'm not sure what everyone likes.
Yeah, like that sounds good. Yeah,
some donuts. Perfect. I love that. Fix it. Do you just like walk across? Do you drive and then get out? Like it's just across the street.
I think
are we seeing you? Do we see you suit up or?
Yeah, suit up in his overalls so that he gets a fresh pair, of course. He stops in the Bago. He changes in the Bago beforehand. And then, because he's also been awake since... Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, actually, can he be awake?
Yeah.
Because of Wink? Can he wake up before Wink?
No, you cannot wake up before Wink.
Okay, but... then yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Just wakes up and like, it's late. Yeah, whoa. Not used to that. And eventually we'll meet up probably a little bit later than everyone at the Suits HQ. And it takes him a while to get ready. Old man.
Wave. Is there a specific way you get there? Do you like hover? Do you hover across, or do you? Yeah.
So Wave, like, noting that we might be a little late, just walks down the side of the building.
Amazing, yeah. Just
hits the ground floor and then fast walks across, and then realizes they chose a spot with no door, and just quickly finds a window and like walks up the wall to the window and climbs through it and then down into the.
You climb your way, and there's like a break room where there's like a Minotaur guy who's like leaned over pouring some coffee and just looks over at you. Keeps pouring the coffee.
Hey, and just where's the foyer?
Just points out the room.
Thanks. Heads to the foyer.
And Wink.
Wink, being dead tired from the test and also having taken a lot of melatonin beforehand, will probably sleep for longer and harder than he intended to. So he'll wake up and he'll find Mr. Fix-It just passed out, and he'll be like, "Oh no, sir." You'll just shake him.
Oh, it's this loud snoring.
Yeah,
it's
sir, we have a meeting in a half hour.
Mr. Fix-It, we've got our first assignment in a half an hour. We gotta go right now.
I would also be asleep in the corner at this point.
Yeah, you're slowly waking up. God
damn it. He just he's gonna just scratch his head and be like, do I stay and go with him and explain, or do I get there so I don't look like a fraud?
Which do you do?
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay so I can explain to these people what happened.
So I think we see you and Fix-It then, like we see Fix-It walking out, and then pretty shortly after Wink kind of, I think probably Wink waiting outside the Winnebago for Fix-It to change and then get out, and the two of you head across the street together. Amazing. And one by one you all arrive in this meeting room. It is, as you would imagine, a pretty traditional office meeting room. And not too long after you all arrive, a hero walks in. This is the last thing I want us to do today, is I want to ask you all what you all want your handler to be like. Like what kind of relationship that you all want to have with a handler, what kind of person you want them to be, what sort of relationship y'all feel like we're gonna, and we don't have to do a ton of the building out, but just like I'm gonna go across the line. I'm gonna actually reverse it this time, so starting with Wink and then moving to Aurora. I'm going to really quickly ask each of you all to give me a note or a marker for this handler, because it's a character you're going to be interacting with quite a lot as a group. I wanted it to be a group created character. So Wink, give me an attribute for this hero that you all will be working with.
Sorry about that.
No, you're all good.
Handler. I think that they are. They're very dressed up. They're very professional looking.
Professional, got it. Professional, dressed up. Awesome, thank you. All right, Wave, give me an attribute.
Dressed up professional. What about also a little bit of an oddball?
Got it. Oddball. This is gonna be fun. All right, Mr. Fix-It, attribute.
To also be new to Suits.
New to Suits. So
like
in general,
like how we're
or like
new,
new
yeah.
or new to this like division, like new to this district.
New to being a handler.
New to being a handler. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I love that. New handler. Alrighty, Aqua. Glasses.
Please. And thank you.
You got it. Glasses. And Ray.
Serious exterior, but has a sweet tooth.
Serious with sweet tooth. Got it.
Drinks a triple.
Last couple questions. Do y'all want this to be more mask, more femme, or more envy as a character?
No preference.
Yeah, no preference.
No preference, really.
All
No
right.
preference, but I think
Roll the dice.
I was gonna say I'll roll the dice if we don't have one.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I'll roll this in roll 20 rather than that. 1, 2 mask, 3, 4 femme, 5, 6 envy. Made outfits for everyone. You got it, Zen.
Roll for gender.
Roll for
Or
gender.
lack thereof.
1 mask.
Okay.
And there it is. We've made Otho Valentinius.
Damn it! Shows up everywhere.
All right. So, in short order, as you all arrive, a kind of tall, almost like Slender Man, like proportions, really long limbs, very tall. They have half moon spectacles that kind of hang down on their nose with like a big fancy glasses chain on it. Their suit is like really nice and well pressed and everything, but they have a little ascot sticking out of it that has like a splash of color. and there are like watermelons on it, like really like cartoon watermelons with like little smiley faces on the thing sticking out of there, or what's it called, the piece of cloth that sticks out of the pocket on the pocket square. Yeah, pocket square. Yeah. So they have like an adorable little pocket square with like smiling watermelons on it, but otherwise a very like dour expression on half moon spectacles with these like long chains as the hero kind of steps in. Hello, you all. I'm sure this will be very new to you. It's new to me. I will be your handler, and I recently moved to the Commonwealth. It's going to be an interesting experience for me. I'm excited to get to know you all. This will be a first assignment for all of us. And the hero, your handler, yet to introduce themselves, enters the room. And that is where we're going to pick it up next time.
Hell yeah.
We've done it.
We've done it. We did it. We did another session, y'all. Thank you all for
We did it. If you can believe it.
I really appreciate you all being here. I hope you all had fun. I had fun. I had fun running.
Yeah.
But that is
a lot of fun.
I've been really enjoying this game. I was really nervous the first time I run it, but every time I run it since then, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm starting to feel it. Fun game. But we got to find someone to raid y'all out to. I see Bracky. I see Skelly. Oh, Skelly is in my other Suits game, so I'm gonna raid y'all out to Skeleton Alpha.
Hey,
oh, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
/raid Skeleton Alpha. Yeah, they are in the Suits game on Vaughn's channel every other Sunday. So, y'all, the raid message will be Black Mirror.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
I typed Black Mirror as the raid. Now don't raid Black Mirror, raid Skeleton Alpha with Black.
We're getting there.
Don't worry, we're there.
All right, we did it. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate everyone who's here. I appreciate everyone who watches it. I appreciate all of you very much. You all have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
It's over.
Hooray.